Throughout our world's entire history, we've always had empires, from Genghis Khan and the Mongolians, to the Roman Empire, all the way up to Disney and the entertainment industry. It should come as a surprise to no one that the mouse has his big footprint lodged firmly into pop culture history for well near 100 years now. Equally as unsurprising is Disney's announcement that they will be launching their own streaming platform beginning on November the 12th. Now, everybody is clamoring for all of the new original content that they'll be launching, such as Falcon and the Winter Soldier, The Mandalorian, She-Hulk, and many other original shows. But they also threw in a very nice bonus in that they are opening the fabled Disney Vault. For the Disney inexperienced viewers out there, these were timed releases of Disney's old classic films that came out roughly once every anywhere between 10 and even 20 years. This was primarily done so that the mouse can cash in on new advances in media, such as from VHS to DVD to Blu-ray, etc. The promise of these movies, coupled with several old-school cartoon series and live-action series, makes me a very happy camper and a Day 1 subscriber for sure. But a lot of people will instantly be going to, of course, the classics, Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, etc. But there's a lot of great Disney content that I feel has flown under the radar or has regrettably been forgotten. And in today's list, we will be going over 5 things you should definitely consider checking out on your Disney Plus subscription. What's going on, everyone? If you're new to this channel, my name is Jersey Devil, and if there's 3 things that I love, it's gaming, movies, and talking about gaming and movies. So if you like the content on this channel, I strongly encourage you to give it the old thumbs up,
I love you.
Click the subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell to be notified when I post new videos. Alright, let's go. Number 1. Willow. Something of a cult classic that has persisted to this very day, Willow is a fantasy-style film directed by Ron Howard. Also, of course, with story written by George Lucas, which, yes, I know, might turn off quite a few viewers. But seriously though, you would be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't give this movie another chance. Industrial Light and Magic from Lucasfilm is always a hit. It has absolutely beautiful visual effects for the time. It's slightly dated nowadays. A fairly underrated, in my opinion, soundtrack by James Horner, stars Val Kilmer in one of his earliest roles, and has a story that, while might not seem super original, was still kind of unique for its time. Not to mention it features one of the most badass cool villains I've ever seen growing up in the form of General Kale. I mean, just look at this guy. This was nightmare fuel for me growing up. And then once you're done watching that film, you can actually double back to the old NES and pick up the RPG and go for a spin with that. Okay, the RPG was cumbersome, to say the least. Number 2. Gravity Falls. The most recent entry on my list, Gravity Falls was an outstanding television series created by Alex Hirsch. Not familiar with Alex Hirsch, you say? Well then, allow me to educate you because he's done screenwriting for The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack, and he also was a story contributor to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. You know, one of the greatest animated films to come out of the last 3 years. The show revolved around Dipper and Mabel Pines, 2 kids that moved in for the summer to their great-uncle, affectionately called Grunkle, Stan, and his home/oddity gift shop tourist attraction known as the Mystery Shack. Naturally, not all is what it seems in the quaint, small town of Gravity Falls, Oregon, with various unusual and unexplained things happening around the town that Dipper and Mabel always try to attempt to solve. Featuring an eccentric yet lovable cast of characters, several cipher-style puzzles littered throughout every episode that calls forward to more events that happen as the series progresses, and featuring honestly the best writing I have ever seen in a cartoon since the turn of the millennium, Gravity Falls is bar none the greatest cartoon made in the last 15 years. So seriously, give the cartoon a shot. You'll laugh. You do like to laugh, right?
Exactly what you need. Backup cameras. We still have 16. Oh, bird! 15. Okay, guys, I repeat, don't lose your cameras.
Wait, lose the cameras?
Don't!
Dude, I just threw 2 away.
13. All right, we still have 13 cameras. 12. We have 12 cameras.
Number 3. Bedknobs and Broomsticks. What do you get when you combine witchcraft, children fleeing London during the Blitz, which was the German bombing of the United Kingdom during World War II, straight up good old-fashioned Nazis, and wholesome family entertainment? You get Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Seriously, I'm not going to give too much of the plot away because of just how absolutely outlandish that sounds, but justified in the fact that it does star Angela Lansbury. So how are you going to say no to Angela Lansbury? You know, Mrs. Potts, Jessica Fletcher. Alright, maybe I'm a little bit dating myself. Also featuring the Sherman Brothers, who are Disney legends with their scores and soundtracks. And quite honestly, considering the previous elements I mentioned, a very strange, erratic story, but one that you will definitely enjoy. Give it a try. You won't be disappointed. Number 4. Gargoyles, the animated series. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. In the early 90s, I was totally caught up with all of the other Disney animated television shows, and I tried to give Gargoyles a chance. I really did. But it was at that point in my life where I just necessarily wasn't ready for more mature storylines. Well, current me would like to travel back into the past and smack old me right upside the head, because this is one of the finest animated television series to come out of the 90s, nay, to come out, period. The premise of the show takes place in the year 994, where the Gargoyles are helping humanity, a certain clan in Scotland, defend their castle. Unfortunately for them, however, they are betrayed by humanity because, well, they're gargoyles, and they are placed under a curse that forces them to sleep for 1,000 years as stone statues. 1,000 years later, enter extremely eccentric billionaire David Xanatos, who purchased the Gargoyles' castle and has it reconstructed on top of his New York skyscraper. Yes, that really happens. What follows is nearly 80 episodes of the Gargoyles trying to get acclimated to life in modern times, featuring some darker undertones and more mature style storylines. Gargoyles was definitely a decidedly different kind of cartoon television show that many kids who had been tuning into the Disney Channel were used to. It is good to see that it maintains a cult style following, since they were pretty much overshadowed by other darker, mature cartoon series such as Batman the Animated Series. But now that it's available on Disney Plus, I strongly encourage you to give the Gargoyles another go.
I can scare those cowards away without any help.
And number 5, Treasure Planet. Treasure Planet has the distinction of being definitely Disney's most underrated animated film, potentially the most underrated animated film of all time, and you can even make an argument for being the most underrated film ever made. I mean, seriously, this is Disney formulaic to a T. It's got a classic story that everyone has read probably 1,000 times over, set in a completely different environment with unique, lovable, very, very onion-layered characters, and a soundtrack that is absolutely banging from beginning to end. I mean, just look at some of these outstanding visuals on top of that. How do you not get excited for this film? Now, I know I might get some Disney purists out there angry with me saying, well, what about Atlantis, the Lost Empire? What about The Emperor's New Groove? And honestly, they have a valid point. Both of those films are outstanding, underrated, and underappreciated films. But here's where I draw the line when it comes to Treasure Planet. Both of those other movies made profits in the box office. Treasure Planet lost nearly $30 million. And that is an absolute crying shame, because this movie was absolutely unreal. To this very day, it still holds up, and I dare you to watch this one, because it will blow your mind. I mean, even when the witty comic relief Morphe Blob shape-shifting dude has layers and character development to him, you know you're in for a very enriching experience. And look no further than the villain himself, Long John Silver, to provide the best example of how a villain can be complex and empathetic while also being, you know, a bad guy. And I mean, there's also that one little bit where I'm pretty sure it spawned an entire new generation of furries out there, but that's neither here nor there. Seriously, if you've never seen Treasure Planet before and you just write it off simply because everyone thought it was a big ol' stink bomb from Disney, you are missing out. And now that it's on streaming with Disney Plus, you have absolutely no reason to at least see it, watch it, and then comment on my video section to tell me how wrong I am.
To the squalls. And when the time comes, you get the chance to really test the cut of your sails and show what you're made of. Well, I hope I'm there, catching some of the light coming off you that day.
Alright, and that's my list. At least mine. I'd love to hear yours. What are some films, television shows, original programming you're excited for Disney Plus? Feel free to drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when we post more videos on this channel. And please, get the word out. Share this along to your friends to see if, hey, this guy actually knows what he's talking about, or, wow, this dude is totally full of bunk. But one thing I do want to say also is that I want you to go out there today and make somebody's day. But also make sure you take care of yourself as well. If you're going through a rough patch, seek out your loved ones. They are out there. And if you can't find any, there are numbers that you can call to reach out to and make sure you get the help that you need. Because you are worth it and you deserve it. And don't let anybody tell you different. I'm Jersey Devil, thank you for watching my video, and I'll catch you next time.